you.
Carmelo is going to take us down a visual memory lane. His speech is entitled Twin Tower Memories. Please give a warm welcome to Toastmaster Carmelo Belardo.
As you all know, tomorrow is September 11th, 2010. It's a very important day for me. It's an important day for everyone. The lives of so many were sent off on a tangent in 2001, on that day, with their lives never to be the same. A tangent that brought my family and I to Florida. I'd like to take you on a short journey of my memories of the Twin Towers. You know, images of the Twin Towers are being removed from some popular TV shows and movies, edited out. Surely because we don't want to offend anyone. Well, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests, I am personally offended that the images of what was once an icon of a Manhattan skyline and of American capitalistic ingenuity are being edited out, taken away, almost as if to be removed from our memories forever. Has anyone in this room ever been to the top of the Twin Towers at night? I gotta tell you, there's nothing like it. On a clear night, the view from 110 stories up is just simply amazing. Millions and millions of lights coming together to form a collage of radiance. The Twin Towers were a permanent fixture in my life. I carry them with me everywhere I go. They're a permanent fixture in everyone's lives. Permanent, or so we thought. These images shouldn't be repressed. They should be seen often. Sometimes, when I lived in New York, I would go downtown and just sit on a bench and just stare up at the towers. And it was amazing. Looking up at the sky, those towers would seem to sway with the wind. I wouldn't go up to the observation deck every time I went there. I didn't need to. In my mind, I would go to another place while I was there. The place that is now known as Ground Zero had a meditative effect on me. And I could spend hours staring at those buildings. There are so many unique, beautiful images of the Twin Towers, and some of them I'll never forget. And some of them we should never forget. I find it ironic that the word tolerance is used in certain contexts. Tolerance. Tolerance. Does this image exude tolerance? Are you offended by this image? Does it rekindle the horror of that day? I ask you, what's a more dignified way to die? Being burned alive? Or having to jump to certain death from 100 stories up. You know, in the carnage and in the death that was in Manhattan at the Pentagon and what would end in Shanksville, Pennsylvania that day, there were some amazing things happening. In all that destruction, believe it or not, there were actually people running into those burning buildings. Running up hundreds of flights of stairs, carrying hundreds of pounds of equipment, running to fight the fires, running to save the injured, running up to what would be certain death. That day, 2,918 people died in Lower Manhattan. And out of those people, 343 of them were firefighters, paramedics, 60 of them were police officers. And this is not to take anything away from any other death that occurred that day, or as a result of that day. But they were true heroes. There's a lot of controversial things going on in the world right now. And it seems to me that the United States becomes just that, united, when we're faced with a horror. When there's tragedy around the world, more is contributed by American citizens than by all of the people of all the nations from around the world. More money was raised after Hurricane Katrina ravaged the Gulf Coast in the United States than from around the world combined. When we as Americans don't remember the horrors that we've suffered together, then we're divided. Does anybody remember all the American flags that waved after 9/11? Why is it not like that every day? It's because we forget. It's too bad we don't have these beacons of light shining every night. Not until it's